Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say welcome to the 2021 Congressional App Challenge virtual reception here. My name is Reagan Sharp, and I'm a constituent services and field representative out of Congressman Westerman's Hot Springs office here in Arkansas. And you may recognize me or my colleague, Mr. Michael Morrison, for some emails or calls that we've made in regards to this. So I just wanted to stop in and say hi and kick us off. And I'm going to pass it over to Congressman Westerman now.
Well, thank you, Reagan, and thank you for all the hard work that you put into making the app challenge happen, and also to Michael and all of my staff members who have worked so diligently so we could have an app challenge. And I want to say good evening and welcome to everyone who's joining us for the app challenge virtual reception this year. Hopefully next year maybe we'll be able to do this in person, but it's better to do it virtually still now, especially since I'm spending so much time in DC. It makes it a little bit easier from that standpoint. But this is an event that I look forward to each year because we get to showcase some of the many talented students around the 4th District of Arkansas. And it's a nationwide challenge. It happens in all congressional districts. It gives students an opportunity to showcase their ingenuity and their problem-solving abilities. And I'm always amazed by the many different apps that come out and just the creativity that our participants have in coming up with problems to solve and the approaches that they take to solving those problems. And it makes me excited to see what the future holds for you because the world needs more creative people. It needs more problem solvers. And you're demonstrating that you have those skills and those abilities to do that. Just a little bit of data about the Congressional App Challenge. In the 5 years that we've had the challenge, the program has yielded over 1,134 app challenges across 49 states. Thousands of functional apps have been developed by over 25,000 students. And this year, the Congressional App Challenge had over 7,500 students participate and created over 2,075 fully functioning applications. In the 4th District, we had 50 students enter 20 apps from 6 different schools. The winning team will be displayed on the CAC website, the House.net website, and showcased at the United States Capitol for a year. I would also like to give special thanks to this year's judges, Robert Didone of Aerojet Rocketdyne, Brian Hairston of UAM, Tricia Barr of ASU Three Rivers, Jim Harper of Henderson State University, Kel Rudolph of Arkansas Tech University, Ozark. Thank you to the judges. I know you had a difficult decision coming up with the winners. And I apologize for the cough. I think it's just the change in the weather. I got COVID tested over the weekend, so I know I don't have COVID, and I've been vaccinated, which I encourage everybody to do that as well. With that, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker for tonight. We have Justin Roughton with us. Justin is the site director for Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control at the Camden operations, where he has served for 18 years. He is responsible for supporting all aspects of production and the integration of launchers, missiles, and rockets that support the integrated air and missile defense and tactical missiles lines of business. I guess you could say he's a real rocket scientist and does amazing work there for Lockheed Martin. Justin holds a BA in Industrial Engineering from Louisiana Tech University, a master's degree in logistics from the University of Texas in Arlington, and is a graduate of Lockheed Martin's Operations Leadership Development Program. Mr. Roughton, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Congressman Westerman. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for inviting me this evening to this event. And congratulations to each of you that are listening in and for entering this competition and demonstrating your skills through this challenge. So as Congressman Westerman said, I work for Lockheed Martin, and we're considered the world's largest defense contractor. So a few details about us if you're not that familiar with Lockheed. What we do, we provide systems and solutions to our men and women in uniform that they need to defend our freedom each and every day. So this is definitely an integral part of what they do day in and day out. We have over 114,000 employees across the globe in over 54 countries. And so of those 114,000, 60,000 of those are engineers and 10,000 are software engineers. And so as Congressman alluded to, you can even become part of this great company right here in South Central Arkansas. We are a final integration site for some of our major programs within the Missiles and Fire Control business area. So tonight, I was asked if I could give some insight into how computer science and programming is applicable in our line of work. So I'll kind of start out and give you a real high-level example of that and how it's critical to our success. But then I'll also give you a specific example about a young man that joined us as a college intern and how his background connected in kind of a not so typical way. So computer programming and coding is very essential in allowing our systems to work to be able to meet our customers' needs. It's kind of like that saying, you can be the smartest person around, but if you can't effectively communicate, what those thoughts are or what your ideas are, it's just kind of, basically, unfortunately, wasted talent. So that's kind of like our systems. They need to be able to talk to each other and be able to communicate to each other. We can build, the coolest missiles out there in the world. Take PAC-3, for instance. This is a system that's literally hitting a bullet with a bullet. So it's a missile that'll go out there and take down an enemy threat in the air. So if we don't have the coding that allows that radar to scan, pick up that potential threat, talk to the launcher that the missile needs to fire, it's really just a shiny, expensive missile that we have no use for. So that's really the way that coding definitely plays a huge part in allowing our systems to talk to one another. I know that's kind of a high level image, but again, that's kind of how our platforms talk to one another, is just through that example. There's a lot of initiatives out there that you may have heard of. Here locally within Lockheed Martin, we refer to it as digital transformation. And really what that boils down and really means is we're looking for ways of how to innovate and improve our products, our processes with respect to the digital world. So a few of those examples, we do a lot of simulation and modeling. And what we're able to do with this technology is think about virtual reality. If you've ever played one of those virtual reality games, literally putting on a headset. And so with virtual reality, what we're able to do are things like design a brand new building or facility and lay out an entire assembly line within that building, put on a headset, virtually walk through the entire building before we even break ground on that construction site. So it's a great way to implement new ideas, put new solutions out there, try them out in a virtual world before you actually have to go potentially spend money, put things in the wrong place. So it saves a lot of time and then saves a lot of cost on the back end of the project as well. So that's an example of how we embrace simulation and modeling here. Another one is called model-based engineering. So what we do with that, we actually take an entire design of a system or a product in a 3D environment, model it, build it in a 3D world, and flow that out all the way down to the production line to where we're actually making the parts. So this allows us to make changes along the way. If something doesn't fit quite right when it gets to the production line, it automatically goes back into the 3D model. Whereas in the old days, you would have a 3D model in the software system, turn that into a piece of paper, a drawing, if you've ever seen an engineering drawing, and then try to figure out how to put this together. So that's definitely a huge time saver from a design standpoint, being able to use that for model-based engineering. And then the third thing I'll give you is it's called a digital twin. And so what a digital twin allows you to do, and the term kind of tells you what it is. So instead of just having a physical product here in the real world, you have a digital version of that as well. And so what that allows you to do is do some serious modeling and predictions to something without truly having to manufacture it. So if you want the system to go further, perform differently, see how it reacts to a different environment. That digital twin gives you the capability to do that in a controlled environment, in a virtual or digital world, and understand how that's going to work once it gets out into a real production scenario. And then along with that, our new CEO of the company, Jim Takelet, his vision for us as a company is called 21st Century Warfare. I'm not going to bore you with all those details specifically, but if you need some new reading material, you can go Google his strategy on that and how we'll be working to actually network all of our platforms together, not only Lockheed Martin platforms, but other defense contractors platforms as well, and how it really gives the customer, the men and women in uniform, a new capability, able for all their systems to talk together. So really some great strategy, especially from a networking or programming capability. If you're interested in that, again, please go take a look at that online. There's a lot of information out there on it. So again, this gives us a great capability given his telecommunications background. So again, not necessarily your typical background for the CEO of a defense contractor. So that kind of gives you some high-level insight into how important computer programming is within our line of work. So the story I kind of like to finish up with is to tell you about a specific example of how a young college student, Alex King, went from being a gamer and becoming an industrial engineer with Lockheed Martin. So Alex grew up surrounded by video games. He said he even started creating games at the age of 14 himself. So very much an avid gamer. He ended up attending the University of Tulsa and majored in computer simulation and gaming. At that same time here in Camden, we were branching out with our industrial engineering group to include simulation and modeling as part of that group team here in Camden. So what we did, we created a 3D design intern position to begin that journey in this new field. And Alex ended up being selected for that opportunity. So instantly, with his skills and the requirements that we needed, it was a perfect fit. He was able to take his understanding and expertise of a virtual world to what we were needing in a manufacturing world. So after a very successful internship, and then fortunately for us, Alex accepted a position here in Camden after graduating. So throughout his internship and now his full-time position, he supported numerous efforts from simulating virtual reality walkthroughs, like the buildings that I'd mentioned earlier, to animating robots in a 3D environment. So some really cool projects that he's been able to do, all while continuing to do what he's been passionate about from a very young age. So I hope that kind of gives you a real world example of how you can bridge, what you would think is a not so typical background in the gaming world into a manufacturing environment, and how it definitely, crossed perfectly and definitely answered what we needed from a company standpoint. So to kind of wrap things up, as I was sitting down with Alex and kind of talking through, making notes for how I wanted to discuss and the things I wanted to cover tonight, he actually had some great advice for you as high school students. And I just wanted to pass some of this along to you. So some of the things that he picked up along the way is, he said, make sure you are getting involved, whether that's trying out new hobbies, continuing your hobbies you currently have, joining clubs that are offered through school. And then sometimes if your schedule allows or things allow, possibly even a part-time job, but just make sure you're out there and getting involved in any aspect or any area that you can. The other thing is focus on your interests. Think about what truly makes you happy. And then eventually, could that lead to a career like it did for Alex? And then also, I'm sure it's probably a ways away for some of you maybe, but thinking about, as you begin college, build off your high school experiences, embrace those opportunities to continue to create impactful relationships, not only with your teachers, professors, but also with your other classmates, and continue to do those personal projects and research and continue on those things that you enjoy. So that way you stay relevant and up to date in whatever field it is that you're passionate about. And then again, networking is key. Make sure you're expanding your network, meeting new folks, talking to them, understanding, their backgrounds, their passions. And then eventually, one day you will be entering the workforce. So thinking about that, currently high-end technology is continuing to advance at a record pace. And companies like Lockheed Martin and others understand that importance of adopting new technologies, like the virtual reality and some of the things that we've already talked about. So don't be afraid to branch out, and look at those other industries that may fit, with your talents, not necessarily making the industry fit for you. And then most of all, don't lose sight that each of you has incredible talents, and there's a place for each one of you in the workforce. So stay focused, stay positive, and follow your passions. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Justin. Appreciate those thoughtful words, and pass along my thanks to Alex for sharing those insider points for our students tonight. And you mentioned, he said that for them to get involved and work on projects, and the App Challenge is a great example of that. So hopefully our participants are well on their way to finding a career that they want to do and be successful at. I know my daughter just graduated from the University of Arkansas with an industrial engineering degree, and she's working for J.B. Hunt company out of Northwest Arkansas. She does a lot of programming, and those skills are very important. And I just want to say a little bit more about Lockheed Martin and the what a fantastic company we have there actually it's in East Camden, I guess, in Calhoun County.
That's right.
And a bit of trivia, I was told, this is a couple of years old data, but the highest average income in the state of Arkansas and the counties is in Calhoun County. Now it's also the county with the smallest population, but it's because of Lockheed Martin and other companies there in the industrial complex there in East Camden, where they have great jobs that a lot of people don't realize those are there. So thank you again, Justin. Thank you to Lockheed for their willingness to let you participate tonight. And we're going to get on to our awards now. We're going to start, and I'll give you a little bit of the format, how we're going to do this. I'm going to announce the winner of whichever award we're talking about. And then Michael's going to play a video that he's put together on each of the awards. And we had some ties for some of these places. And we're going to start with fifth place, where we had a tie. But first, we're going to look at Funky Friend Finder by Madison Mitchell and J.Dan Wilson of Lake Hamilton Junior High School.
Our app name is Funky Friend Finder, the best app to find friends. My name is Madison Mitchell. And J.Dan Wilson. What is Funky Friend Finder, and why should you use it? You should use our app because some teens have a hard time making friends in junior high and high school. Therefore, we have made it easier to help them make friends. We have anonymous chatting, different websites where you can make online friends, and we have advice quotes if you need some advice for making friends. Our app is meant for teens or even adults. We use code.org's app blog to code the program.
How did we come up with Funky Friend Finder? We were first given a list of prompts and ended up picking making friends. After that, we started to list some ideas that we had for the app and came up with 18. We obviously didn't use all of them, but we still ended up with 5 great ideas. After we had our ideas, we started to plan it using a planning sheet. As you can tell, the app ended up changing a lot compared to the sheet. When the plan was complete, that's when we started to code. We spent a long time coding the project and improving it, but in the end, I think it was worth it. Now let's get on with the app.
Every app needs a home screen, and ours just so happens to have one. Filled with color and love, the home screen has a few features you might enjoy, with its dark buttons that take you to different screens, to its mood slider to see exactly how you feel.
Using Meet You, we have provided a fun way to chat with others to make new friends. You will be put into a chat box with a stranger and start chatting, but be careful. We cannot control what others may say to you, so if you're not comfortable, please move to the next screen. Also, please do not share any personal information with anyone you don't know.
Sometimes everyone could just use some advice, so we've provided some helpful tips and advice for making or keeping your friends. With 2 website links and a custom advice button, you will definitely be sure to find friends that'll stick by your side.
Pen Pals is a great and easy way to make friends. With the website we've provided, you can browse through tons of profiles from people all around the world. You can also make your own profile to help others find you. To help make an account, we've made a checklist of different hobbies that you can put on your profile.
It can feel really good just to let something out to someone, even if it's completely anonymous. Mutter lets you get something off your chest without anyone knowing who you are. However, like Meet You, we cannot control what you may see someone say, so if you're not comfortable, then please use the box provided. It's just like a website, except nothing gets publicly shared.
Want more? Try some of the websites that we have provided you with. Yubo is an app to meet friendly strangers who have similar interests as you. Spot a Friend helps you find other teenage friends with over 2 million members. Bark Happy is a fun website to make a profile for your dog and meet other people through dogs. And finally, Hubbo is a game for websites for teens to meet each other virtually through other people's rooms. We programmed our app using JavaScript and Code.org's App Lab. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Madison and Jay Dan. It's pretty impressive, and I will emphasize they're from Lake Hamilton Junior High School, so they're doing that in junior high. That's quite impressive. We also had tied for 5th place an app called Teamwork by Rakelia Williams, Jessica McCoy, Kiona Brown, and Nathan Gontrek of Hot Springs Junior Academy.
Hello, my name is Nathan, and this is Jessica, Rakila, and Kiana, and we're with Project Teamwork. We created Teamwork because we noticed that in Hot Springs and in Garland County in general, it's really difficult for teenagers, especially younger ones, to find jobs. So we decided we're going to try to make a difference.
The tools we use for Teamwork as a whole is Pineapple, RJ is Adobe Spark, and Xcode. Pineapple is the software we use to make the app as a whole. RGS is the software we use to make all the maps for our app, which we did this by Zooming with the University of Fayetteville Center for Advanced Geospatial Technology to do so. Adobe Spark is the software we use to make the graphics of all of our app.
This is Nathan with Teamwork, as we've established, and this is our presentation of the app. The first thing you're going to see when you pull up the app is a list between the ages of 13 and 18. Let's say you are a 16-year-old, you would click 16, and it'll pull up a list of all the places that will hire 16 and below. You will scroll through the list. Let's say you want to work at Starbucks. You click there, it will call the place for you, and you can try to get yourself hired. Let's say that's not easy enough for you and you want to see like where all these places are. You could click View Map at the bottom of the screen, and it will pull up a map of all the places that you're looking at. Let's say you own Chick-fil-A and you can't see Chick-fil-A on here and you're really mad. So you will click Import New Job, and it will send an email to our administrator saying, hey, I don't see my business on here. I was wondering if we could work together and put my business on here. We both win. Our plan is to keep Teamwork not just this year, but we want to really spread it out through years and years. We have a lot of plans for the future of Teamwork.
We want to extend it around the world, and we want to make bigger graphs for the Teamwork.
Another one of our plans is we really want to make it like different languages, because right now we're keeping it mainly in English, but we want like Spanish and Japanese and French, yes. That was our presentation of the app Teamwork. Thank you for listening.
Well, and thank you to Hot Springs Junior Academy, another great app. I know with the job market like it is, I'm sure a lot of employers would like to have more opportunities to hire people. So thank you for putting that app together. We're going to move on to 4th place. We also have a tie. First app we're going to look at is called Therapy by Gabrielle Avila, Madison Johnson, and Seth Felix of Dardanelle High School.
Hello everyone, my name is Madison Johnson and I am here with Gabriel Avila and Seth Felix. Today we will be sharing our app Therapy. To create this app, we used a series of block coding with JavaScript and App Lab. Our app is targeted towards young adults and teenagers, though it can be used by any age group. The goal of our app is to help people track their emotions and mental health over the course of weeks, months, and possibly even years. The most resourceful use of this app would be that it's given to students at a school, and then within each month, updates would be sent to authoritative figures to see how the mood was all across the school, anonymously, of course. When you first open the app, you will see a welcome screen that asks you how you are feeling. It will then take you to an assessment screen giving you a list of options to choose from based on your day. I'm going to say that I had a good day today. Afterwards, it will take you to a screen with a text box asking you why your day was whichever mood you chose. And I'm going to say I had a good day because I got a compliment. You can then click the next button and the app will take you to a new screen where a calendar will pop up showing you all the days that you've documented by illustrating a smiley face for good days or a sad face for bad days. For the 30th, you can click the journal entry you can click the date and it will show you the journal entry. And then on the 29th, you can click that and it'll show you why your day wasn't as good. And then you can click the home icon and it will take you back to the starting screen. Up in the top left corner, you can click this button and it will guide you to some hotlines if you feel that you are in need of resources. And then you can click return. And if you press view previous entries, you can click whichever mood you would like to see. So we're going to say good, and it will take you to a chart showing you the mood over the course of the years. And then you can return home. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you and congratulations again. And we also have in the tie for fourth place from Dardanelle High School, an app called Keeping Up by Marcella Sierra, Nadia Alonso, and Anna Carranza.
Have you ever missed out on an important sporting event? Or forgotten a test? Our app, Keeping Up, will help you to never have to deal with this type of dilemma again. My name is Marcella Sierra.
I'm Nadia Alonso.
And the title of our app is Keeping Up.
Our app is made for both parents and students who would like to receive daily updates about their school district.
And we took notice of how busy life can get, especially for full-time working parents who do not have the time to look at their school website for news. We took into consideration working students and students who are new to high school when creating the idea for this app so they can keep up with their school.
We hope that our app can provide information that could be important for parents, such as upcoming sports events, tutoring, and teacher contact information. With this app, we hope to encourage students to keep up with their tests, go to tutoring sessions if they are struggling with a particular class, and to support their school sports teams.
So now we will present our app. And we really only struggled with inserting a diagram for the school topics for a good amount of time. However, we decided to go to our teacher for help and fix the problem. So on our app, you insert an email address and a password. Then you will enter the zip code of your school and say whether you're a parent or student.
You'll then click what school your child attends.
And then you can choose whatever topic you would like to look at. And for this presentation, we will be choosing sports. Then you select a sport. And on the sports page, it'll show you matches and that there's practice every day after school.
You can also click the back button if you want to go back and pick a different sport.
And the other sport we will choose is golf. And then it can give you golf updates, like when there will be matches. And then lastly, there is a home button to go back to the home screen. The coding we used was a combination of Block and JavaScript. And here is our coding.
Well, thank you. And it looks like you will be making it easier for people to keep up. And I tell you, there's a strong showing from the Dardanelle Sand Lizards as we move to third place. It goes to Munch Up by Elizabeth Flores Fuentes, Leslie Mendez, and Dulce Gomez, also of Dardanelle High School.
There's nothing to eat. Mom, I'm hungry.
Sorry, sweetie. I'm busy right now. Just order something off of the Munch Up app.
What's that?
It's the newest food delivery app. It's fast, easy, and affordable.
Okay, I'll download it. This is the Munch Up app created by Elizabeth Flores, Leslie Mendez, and Dulce Gomez. This is a food delivery app that provides local counties with food at low prices. It solves the problem of people not having the time to cook a meal and also not having the time to go out. This app was made using block coding with AppLab and JavaScript. New users have the option to create an account by clicking on Create Account. You can enter your information and choose a username and password. Then follow up with your preferred payment method. Let's say you want to use credit or debit. Fill in your information for your card and submit it. Make sure all your information is correct and confirm it. Now you are ready to put in your information and log in. Once you're logged in, you can see all the restaurants and stores available near you. You can narrow down the choices by clicking on the zip code dropdown. Let's click on the Russellville zip code. Let's say you want to go to Zaxby's. You can look at the coupons and sales that are available. You can also check the ratings and reviews. You can also go ahead and order your food. The restaurant's menu will show up. You can click through and choose what you want. When you click Add to Cart, it will take you to your cart. You can either add more food, clear your cart, or go to checkout. If you choose checkout, you will see the full price of your order. You can leave a tip for your Munch Up writer or leave them a request. Once you leave a tip, it will update your total. Now you can confirm your payment. Your order confirmation screen will show up. You can then locate your order. It will send you to the map showing where your rider is. Now you can go home and wait for your meal to arrive. Here's your Zaxby's delivery from the Munch Up app.
Wow, thank you. You got here so fast.
Of course, you're welcome.
It's making me hungry. I need the Munch Up app. We're going to move on now to second place and back again to Dardanelle High School for an app called Helping Hands by Landon Weaver, Carson Ford, and Seth Harper.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, hey. What's up with you? Not much. Just got out of jail. Can't find a job.
Have you seen the new app that's been going around called Helping Hands?
No.
Well, here, you just put your information right here.
Uh-huh.
And boom, see, just like that.
All right.
There's 4 applications ready right here.
All right.
My name is Landon Weaver, and I'm here with my partners, Carson Ford and Seth Harper, and we would like to introduce you to our newest app, Helping Hands.
The purpose of this app is to attempt to help ex-convicts reintegrate into society by finding them an easy way of getting a job.
We were originally inspired to create this app due to the mounting concern of the prison population in the United States, especially in Arkansas, which has the fastest rising state prison population in the nation.
Our main reason for making this app is to try to help with this current problem and give aid to our fellow Arkansans who have just gotten out of prison, to make sure they don't recede back in jail by providing them with good work and money for their effort. Here you can see the home screen of our app. You'll see here we have 2 options, sign up and log in.
We're going to press sign up. Here you're going to enter your email address and the password you want to use to your account.
What we are trying to accomplish is allowing prisoners to submit their application and also add in additional information when they need to find a job. Here our app will try to find a job based on a database of careers available for their roles. Now we're going to enter some basic information such as
age, address, email, felony, and other stuff needed.
With this button, you'll be able to upload your resume with a PDF document.
The major difficulty we had was adjusting and centering portions of the code and the buttons together so that it would look more professional, while at the same time welcoming to our main target audience, ex-convicts. Here, you will enter a location and press go. So, for example, Conway, Arkansas. Here, there are 4 jobs that have been shown after you entered your location. Specifically, we're going to click the one at Walmart. And with that, your application will be sent to the person in review to make sure that people can understand and people can see if you want to be hired. So with that, thank you, and we hope you like our app. And our code is right here.
Thank you for another creative and an app that I think would be very important to helping people who are who need a helping hand or trying to move back into society from the prison system. Also tied for second place is it's called HSSD Student HQ by Bao Pham and Hai Tran of Hot Springs Junior High Academy.
Hello, my name is Bao and my partner's name is Hai. Today we want to present to you our new app which is called HSSD Student HQ. So we work on our app using an app called Pineapple. It's an app using the language Swift, and it allows us to create mobile applications directly from your phone or tablet without having to put in the codes. Our app has 4 main screens. The first screen is Home, which has Trojan Happenings, Sports, and 2021-2022 calendar. So in Trojan Happenings, this is all about the news and events that our district sent to us in Gmail to inform us what will happen in the week. And our plan in the future is to pull the Trojan Happening by hashtag, but right now we just embed their most recent ones in our app. Next, we have the sports section, and when you press on the arrow button, it's gonna lead to our main sports website. Through this website, students can access to some subsections such as the sports, the podcast, the inside athletics, and students can see the upcoming events and where they take place and what team compete each other. Back to our main home screen, we have the 2021 and 2022 calendar, which has all of the events besides sports in the school year. One more thing on our home screen is the top right corner, which is the arrow button, which represents the map. So in this Hot Springs School District map, there are all the schools that are in the district so that students and parents can easily navigate where our schools are. Now, onto the second screen is the schedule screen. We have the bell schedule and the athletic calendar. Since our school district uses the odd and even schedule, this bell schedule can let students see when, the time of each period, which block is in the day, and also what periods we have on each day in the week. Below is an athletic calendar, and in this calendar, students can see what particular athletic events will happen on what day. Students can easily access to each date and click on it, and students will see what events will happen. The date today will also be highlighted. For example, today is Friday, so it's highlighted on the calendar so students will easily know what will happen today. On the third page, we have links that are school related and that we think will be helpful for students. When clicking on a link, for example, Schoology, it will take you to the Schoology page, and for some pages, you may have to log into your Google account. Note is our fourth and final page in our app. On this screen, students can put their personalized information such as their school login accounts or the upcoming deadlines for any classes that I want to put. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.
And thank you. And now we're going to move on to our first place and the winner of the app challenge. And it goes to Do-Gooders by Anna Womack and Mackenzie Biswanger of Harmony Grove High School.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Biswanger and my partner's name is Anna Womack.
We created an app called the Do-Gooders, which basically organizes and offers opportunities for community service hours by keeping track in a calendar, filling out goals, journaling thoughts on activities, and providing links to local community service organizations. This app is intended for high school or college students who need to track their community service hours, and we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well as Replit to create this app. So I've already created an account, so we're just going to log into this account. It doesn't have anything on it right now. We haven't filled out any information. So you're brought to the home page. It just kind of displays, it's like a dashboard pretty much. You go to the calendar page. That's where you log all your different activities you have in the upcoming month. So you say you have Halloween on the 31st. Hit submit. It changes to purple right there, and it displays Halloween. Let's go to the goals page. This is where you track your hours. So you have 20 hours this year that you have to achieve, and then 80 hours throughout your entire high school. Right now you don't have any hours worked, but say you worked 2 hours yesterday. You click done, boom, it shows it right there. Go to the journaling page. That's where you talk about different feelings on activities you've worked on. Yeah, and then you click Save Note. It displays right there. That clears, and whenever you click on this, it displays the note. Let's go to the Opportunities page. It displays different opportunities within your hometown, and so you click on the link, it displays their homepage. You go to the Accounts page. You can have a profile picture, so you select that, click the picture you want, hit open, boom, it displays it right there. It says Hello Jack because that's the name we put in. Yeah, and then you go back to the home page, and this is what it displays. And then you can log out, and it brings you back to the login page. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, Mackenzie and Anna, for a great app, and congratulations on winning our app contest. Want to bring Anna in and ask you, Anna, can you just give us a little bit of insight on what inspires you to create this app?
Hi, sorry, you want me to speak now?
Hey, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Good, congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, so coming up with this app, when I first saw this prompt from my school counselor, I was like, okay, what can I do to, help my school? So I was having troubles when I first started volunteering, trying to find an online way I could, store and log these community hours. And I didn't find any online that met all the criteria that I wanted and that were for free. So I was like, okay, let's make something that will meet all the criteria and do more and be for free. So that's one of our that's what how we came up with this. And I just want to say one of our main problems with this was with the storage, because we used variables instead of session storage, which wouldn't save the data once we moved to a different thing. So we had to save it out of the web to actually be able to continue using it and saving it. So yeah, and future things that we would like to add would be online opportunities, because we just have the local opportunities, and we would have liked to add online opportunities, but we didn't have the time. So online would be great, and make app more user friendly, because with the signing up thing, it would ask you what state you're from, and you would have to put AR instead of Arkansas or any other place. You would have to put AR for the things to show up. So that's what we would like to add in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That's great. And sounds like you were doing some do-gooder activities by creating the app so that other people could have it for free. again, congratulations. I want to thank all of our participants for participating. And I know that there were teachers and parents and others who helped with these apps and helped to get students motivated to participate. Justin, I want to thank you again. Looks like there might be some future Lockheed programmers in the bunch tonight.
I hope so. Thank you for having me this evening.
Yeah. Well, again, this is going to conclude our virtual ceremony. I want to thank everyone who participated, and we'll be back again next year for the Congressional App Challenge. God bless you all and have a great evening.